So maybe I've intimidated people, made them reluctant to use these medicines because I've talked about places getting red, raw, sore, tender. But that's good. It's hard for you to believe until you got into it that that's good, because it's beneficial. It helps us to understand what's going on. But one thing we don't want you to do is get red, raw, sore, and tender unnecessarily. And here I have foamy shaving cream. What does foamy shaving cream have to do with using 5-FU, Efudex, Carac, or whatever name you get it under? Well, soap is interesting. The way soap works is by eating off layers of skin. These medicines are attacking layers of skin. What foamy does is it gets you clean, but it doesn't tear your skin up. It doesn't eat away skin. It's very mild. I mean, that's why it's used as shaving cream, because you're already taking a sharp object and going over your face or your legs. So Gillette and other people came out with shaving soaps years ago when they realized that the two weren't compatible. Now, foamy shaving cream is good when you're using medicines on the skin that might be harsh or irritating. I also want to tell you about Cetaphil moisturizing lotion, not Cetaphil cleanser, but moisturizing lotion. It can be used because sometimes, believe it or not, foamy shaving cream is too drying, too irritating. The other thing you need to know that under your arms, you do need to use some regular soap. And again, you're not using Efudex there. Any place that gets a little malodorous, it's important to use some soap. For certain insurance plans, especially Medicare, Medicare doesn't want to pay willy-nilly for lumps, bumps, and growths that are not necessary, that they're more cosmetic. And this is one of the big problems, because a lot of people have brown, warty places, or maybe places that are not brown but they're warty. They've maybe bled some, maybe they've been tender, maybe they've been sore, and they're reluctant to come in and be told, oh, you can pay for that yourself because Medicare won't. So on this particular sheet that we have about identifying hidden skin cancers, we've listed at the bottom of the page about why you wish to use Efudex and under what circumstances Medicare should or ordinarily would pay for services. Some other insurance plans are going to the Medicare guidelines. For example, if you fail to respond to one of these medicines and yet the place looks like it might be cancer, it's been created by sunlight, it's obviously a damaged situation. If you've gone through the full treatment, then Medicare will usually pay to have these places removed. Now that wouldn't work for an obvious mole, something of that nature. But moles are another story, which I'll get into on another talk. If something's painful, if it's bleeding, if it's itching, if it's red, if it's irritated, then under the right circumstances, using this medicine and it fails to heal, or if it reacts with these medicines, then Medicare would tend to pay for it. Some people come in with growths and lumps and things that are scabbing and scaling, and they're growing rapidly, they're changing quickly. Some of those places obviously need to be removed, but some of them we might tell you that you need to use one of the medications. And then there are old scars or burns where people have got something that's scaling and scabbing. Skin cancer is bad about coming up in places where you've had a burn or some sort of injury in the past, or even had an old surgical scar that's been exposed to sunlight. Sometimes warts that are undergoing changes. Warts can become malignant, and you use Carac, Efudex, Fluoroplex on these areas. If it fails to respond, or if it gets bright red, sore, or tender, then once again it needs to be removed. So this is a way of being your own home dermatologist, knowing what you need to do and what needs to occur. Efudex, Fluoroplex, 5-FU, great agents to help to understand where you are and what your situation is. What I've not talked about includes moles. You wouldn't think that pigment could kill somebody, but it can. That's another talk, and you can get it under mole examination on YouTube at RW Derm and under mole examination. Thank you.